Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Let's Play of Game of Thrones. I am the Dark Remnant, and cutscene.
Forgive my boldness, noble stranger, but I cannot let you walk into certain death like that.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm not sure of the customs in the free cities nowadays, but I wouldn't dream of entering Westeros's arm like that. And yet, as the smith labours day and night for us, it so happens that I sell the finest weapons. Blunt, cutting, perforating, you know what they say, my lord. Don't buy your blade until you know what you plan to stick it into.
I believe they also say the same thing about whores. Let's see, the cutting weapons.
Tell me more about
Damn
cutting
it, I
weapons.
wanted to see them.
The most popular. I know of no weapon passed down through families that is not a sword, my lord, and there are good reasons for that. Cutting weapons are especially designed to fight against light armor such as leather, and even the skin underneath. Do you need more information?
Nope, don't need to know anymore.
I have things to do.
Don't hesitate to come back and see me in the Merchant Square. I weep to see you so ill-equipped in this town. And don't forget you'll be wanting armor. After all, no matter the weapon you face, simple clothes will not protect you.
Types of damage. That seems kind of similar to everything else. It is interesting that, the way that actually works. Never mind. That's actually a little bit more in depth than most other things. It's kind of surprising. Though I doubt it really matters much, so I'm just gonna stick with my main weapon. Especially since that's the only one I'm trained in. Gosh, I look like a badass. Whoa, running into walls. Okay, that guy looks like a badass.
Very nice robe you've got there. That must be worth its weight in copper.
How much does this robe weigh? That would be like, assuming it weighs 5 pounds, which is a little heavy for a cloak. That would be like 5 copper. I found that in boxes, so. Hello, sirs. Speaking of finding copper on boxes. So this is day 2 of the Let's Playing, and some of you might have seen the IGN review, which gave this game a 4, which is pretty harsh in my opinion. The game's pretty good, or it's not. It's not pretty good. It's okay. Once it goes down to $20, I would probably recommend it to a lot of people, based off my hour of playtime, which I think might be 30 minutes more than the guys at IGN played it, because if you read the review, it's graphics are bad, okay, story is good, blah 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 blah, it's not The Witcher 2. Which it isn't, but a few games are.
Halt, priest. This town is in mourning. Access to the castle is closed during the ceremony.
I'm actually here to attend Lord Sarwick's burial.
I'm afraid that's not possible. I'm under strict orders to only allow entry to close kin. With the villagers' current grumblings, we don't want to risk problems.
I must speak to his superior. He has to know who he is speaking. Let's just put him in this place.
I am Lord Reynold Sarwick's eldest son, and I am here to attend my father's funeral.
His eldest son? Do you take me for a fool? I have been at my post for more than 5 years, and I have never once seen your face.
It has been more than 5 years since I left Riverspring. Please call on Mr. Harwin. He knows of my arrival.
Well, we'll see about that, but I doubt he'll come here for you. The ceremony's about to start. John, go find Maester Harwin.
Just what Game of Thrones needed, another character named John.
What is going on here? Why has John gone for the Maester?
Ryman, it's me, Alistair.
Several hells! Alistair? Graydon, I told you only family. That excludes peasants, dogs, and cravens who abandon their families.
That's pretty rough. Well, screw you, old man.
Enough, Ryman. However long I was absent, this house is still mine.
How dare you! You disappeared without so much as a goodbye years ago, and now you return as if nothing happened.
The reasons for my exile are mine alone. I owe you no explanation.
I care about your reasons? It's your fault that Lord Sarwick is dead.
You've lost your head, cousin.
Your departure destroyed him. He was never the same again.
Your judgment is clouded, Ryman. I can smell the ale on your breath from here.
What? Stand back! I'll make you eat your words, priest!
Wow. It's kind of a sad fight. Fierce as Wolverine. Really? As a Wolverine? Alright. Let's show him Wolverine's rage. Guess I should look what these do. No bonuses, so let's go back to this one. Let's see how awesome that one is. No, I want to see how awesome this one is. Wow, quick as a snake. Code for stab him in the knees. Well, that was enough of that.
Enough? Do you not think we have enough dead here?
Mr. Harwin?
Alistair, finally. I prayed for your return.
This traitor no longer has his place here, Maester Harwin. He abandoned his castle and his family.
7 gods. Get a hold of yourself, Ryman. I wrote to him to invite him to Lord Sarwick's funeral.
I prefer to leave than to hear more of this.
Alistair, what a relief it is to finally see you. I had help from my contacts in Bravos to inform you of your father's death. The funeral will be in the Godswood. The ceremony has already begun.
Why is it not held at the Sept?
It would be if it were not in ruins. River Spring is suffering on all fronts, I fear. Let us go now. Come with me, Alistair. Let us speak as we walk.
What happened here, Maester? How could my father allow things to get to this point?
You know, after you left, Lord Reynold changed. He began to live more and more in the past, and stopped taking care of his duties. Your sister quickly found herself managing more than she should have.
Eliana helped my father govern?
Well, these last few months, she's practically run the house herself. In spite of her efforts, she was unable to slow the inevitable ruin of her lands without a lord. But all is not so dark. Many of your father's vassals remain faithful to their oath. They have all come to the burial in order to honor his memory. We will speak of all this again after the ceremony. Let us make haste, I beg of you.
I just want to point out that most Meisters have more links than that in their chain. I guess I should explain what the chain means. But for every link in the chain, that's some kind of, like, that's a subject that he conquered. Like, he conquered geography or geometry, or Spanish 2, which is a ridiculously stupid class. Well, I'm not saying the language is stupid, but anyways, you guys don't care about that. Yeah, but most Meisters have more than 7 links in their chain. So, this guy is kind of a terrible Meister. But my house is small, so maybe that's normal. Or his house is small. There's some role confusion going on right there.
Hello, Red Priest. I am Lady Eliana Sarwick, daughter of the late Lord Sarwick. You are just in time for the ceremony. Were you close to my father?
You have changed much in 15 years, little sister.
Alistair, why have you returned? We don't need you here.
Harwin told me of father's death. It was my duty to come.
15 years without any news, and he had to die for us to see you again. You would have done better to stay where you were.
I do not doubt that my departure was difficult for you.
Difficult? To say the least. Your disappearance was our father's ruin. Do you know how long I cried after you left? And how long I hoped for news of you?
I am sorry. I left Westeros without once turning back, it's true. I understand your reaction. It must have been unbearable for you, but I had to leave. Know that I never forgot you.
That's easy for you to say. And you should know that we here learn to live very well without you.
I understand your reaction, Eliana.
I doubt it. Go pay your last respects to father. We will speak later.
Those are incredibly plain clothes for the lady of the house to be wearing. Also, I don't think short hair is generally accepted among ladies. But whatever.
Above all else, you place the prosperity of the family, so valued in the eyes of the
You
Sarwick.
should follow his
What
example.
you accomplished,
Fuck you, man.
you accomplished for your family, no matter the cost. By honoring
Just
your
gonna go ahead
allegiance
and
to House
interrupt her.
Lannister, I'll leave.
Who is that man?
I believe that is the elder Sarwick, the one who disappeared.
Is
He
that
has
Jason
certainly
Statham on the
changed,
left?
But I recognize him.
How could you desecrate our father's body that way?
I desecrated nothing. I performed the final kiss, the tribute that priests of R'hllor pay to the dead.
You may be a Red Priest, but you should respect the beliefs of Riverspring.
I did not intend to be disrespectful, little sister.
Do not think that it is easy for me to speak with you after all this time.
Don't think it's easy for me to speak with you when you're being such a bitch.
Please, Eliana, listen. I left Westeros without a goodbye, and you have every reason to be angry with me. 15 years ago, the war that King Robert Baratheon fought to claim the throne forced me to commit deeds which haunt me still. The very idea of returning to you was too painful. I did the only thing left for me to do. I left and began a new life elsewhere. Not long ago, I received a letter from Maester Harwin telling of Father's death. I could no longer hide myself. It was time to confront my past. What I regret the most, Eliana, is that by fleeing to the other side of the waters, it is you whom I wounded.
All these years, I have thrown a veil over your memory. And you return at the moment when everything is in turmoil. I must be alone for the moment. I will see you later, Alistair.
Take your time, little sister. I understand.
Alistair, Maester Arwen would like to speak with you. He awaits you in the castle courtyard. And if I may add, you should be ashamed of that kiss during the ceremony.
My thanks, Ravella. I shall go and see him.
Wow, well, I'm glad we got her input. I'm sure she'll be a fascinating character. Oh, I get to talk to her more. Also, I want to point out that if I was really in Braavos, the country that's across the sea from Westeros, or if I was across the sea anywhere, it would have taken me a good 2 months to get here. And I don't think that corpse would have lasted very well over 2 months.
I am not sure there is more to discuss between us, Alistair. I am sincerely sorry for your loss. You know how much your father meant to me. Unless you are truly ready to listen to me, it would be best that you leave.
I don't want to listen to her, but I guess I will.
As you wish.
Wait, what? I don't get to listen to her either way? That's awesome. Why did they close this gate? It obviously closes downwards. Why did they lock me in? And that's the way I'm supposed to go. Well, I guess we'll find out in the next episode of the Let's Play. So, thanks for watching.